Hey guys, I'm sure you probably heard about Sargon of Akkad going to VidCon recently and being berated by Anita Sarkeesian on stage. Like, all they did was sit in the front stage. They weren't disrupting. They weren't standing up with signs like the people on her side do, disrupting conservatives. They weren't yelling, they weren't blowing horns. They were just sitting there listening. And just that triggered her to the point of calling security. She texted security at one point. You can see her look down and use her phone. And then she proceeded to point out Sargon and be like, this shitheads like this, garbage human beings like this is why, you know, uh, I'm having such trouble and blah, blah, blah. I'm getting harassed online. It's like, first of all, nobody has ever called people to go harass you online. Second of all, people do that on their own. They're just like voluntarily like, wow, this girl makes some dumb content. I'm going to go and bitch on her YouTube video or find her on Twitter and call her an idiot, right? Like people just do that. So what's happening to Sargon right now is the exact same thing that you're always bitching about. Now all your fans are going to him, calling him garbage human being, this, that. His account just got hacked. So, and then you verbally abused him on stage, right? And that was against VidCon rules, right? Now he's going to try to get you deplatformed. And he has every right to, right? It's not like an SJW move. It's like, if you're going to have these rules, they should be applied to everybody evenly. And if they're not applied to Anita Sarkeesian for what she did, then it pretty much exposes VidCon, exposed a lot of these things for, pushing the fucking left-wing feminist narrative. And like that's bullshit. So I think she should obviously get deplatformed for what she did, for what she said, because the same would happen to somebody on the right. We know that, or a guy, if a guy said that, the same would happen to him. So it should happen to her too. And I really wish people would stop giving this woman money. Like, she's a con artist. She's conning you, your fans. She doesn't believe what she's telling you. This is why she doesn't even want to have conversations, right? This is why Lacey Green gets excommunicated from the feminist community, because they know they can't defend their positions, their ideology. So they don't want to have conversations. They want to shut down people, and they don't want to have, they want to deplatform you. Where Sargon was there, he's like, well, I'll have a conversation, I'll have a debate with you right now. But they're like, no, because they know they're going to lose. They can't win. And they can make up any excuse they want, like, oh, it's because I just don't want to give you time and blah, 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 and you don't deserve a platform to speak, and you're just saying toxic shit. It's like, no, this is all just word salad. Like, they're just saying, like, key phrases like racist, xenophobe, blah, 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 to try to get you to not talk to these people, because they know that once you do, you're going to get convinced that all the shit you're teaching people is actually destructive or is wrong, just flat out wrong. Like, the pay gap myth, it's a pay gap myth. Like, it doesn't exist. They keep pushing this pay gap thing, but people make different decisions. Women work different hours than men. They choose different professions, different jobs. They work less long. They get pregnant, first of all. Like, there's many reasons why men get paid more. And if you look at unmarried women compared to unmarried men, without kids, the women make more money. And if you compare, like, actual women in business, they're actually making more than men. So, you can bring me these other things, oh, it's from left-wing site, but it's like, no, they're looking at everything just together, and they're like, oh, see, there's a difference. It's like, yeah, there's always going to be a difference whenever you're looking at groups, because groups perform differently. Men and women are different. They're going to perform differently. They want to do different things. We have different wants, different needs, right? We don't think the same. So there will always be differences. We cannot make everything equal, right? Because they don't want it to be equal. Like, you look at countries where women have the most freedom, like, there's the diversity within some areas of the workforce actually, like, decreases. Because women can choose, like, in poor countries like India, everybody's forced to become like an engineer. Everybody's forced to be, because everybody's poor and these are the best jobs. Whereas when a country has a lot of money and a lot of extra resources, women will generally pick stuff like nursing, or and that's a difficult job too. But I'm saying like nursing or home care, or like this is what they choose, right? This is what they choose. So it's not like this she's the one who's spreading these types of lies. She's the one who's spreading lies about video games, saying that they're like sexist towards women. She's purposely lying, bringing up portions of games where they're like dragging a woman's body, where that's not even a mission in the game, and 99% of the violence is directed toward men in the game. You find one instance. It's like she's a con artist. She's conning you people, and she's playing on to your victim mentality, where you're like, you've been taught from a young age, or you've been taught because you're a woman by leftists or by people that are communist socialists, that like, hey, you're oppressed, and everything is against you, and it's the patriarchy, and it's white males, and everything that's been wrong that happened in your life is not your fault. But you know what? Most things in your life, not everything, some things you have no control over, but most things in your life are your fault, right? Most things. If you're poor and you're in your 30s and 40s and it's your fault, most likely, unless you have a disability, anything like that. Like, you're just bad with money, you spend your money incorrectly, and I'm no different. Like, I spend my money horribly, I'm not great. So, but that's the reason you have no money. You spend it badly, you spend it on bad shit, you don't save it, you're not working hard enough. And that is the case a lot of the time. So people, oh no, that's not the case, I work hard. It's like, stop deluding yourself, stop lying to yourself. I see so many people who lie to themselves continuously and say like, oh, I'm doing this. It's like, but I see what they spend their money on. I'm no different. They spend their money on weeds, booze, smokes, junk food, all the time. People that are poor all the time spend their money on this. This is all they spend their money on. I see a lot of the time. They're not holding it, and then just bad things keep happening. Sometimes bad things happening, but most of the time they don't know how to spend money. So all these inequalities are not to do with the patriarchy. Sometimes that's just the way it is, and you gotta accept that. And it may hurt your feelings, but that's life. So instead of trying to call people down that disagree with you shitheads and whatever, just have a conversation, talk to them like he wanted to do, and but obviously, like I said before, they're not going to do that because she knows her ideas are false. But she's a con artist. She's not going to have a conversation. She's not going to talk to anybody because she knows she's going to be exposed. And so yeah, this is all we can really do with this person. She's not Lacey Green. She's not willing to have a conversation. She's different. She's a business woman, right? She knows what she's doing. She understands what she's doing. And she's going to fight tooth and nail not to have conversations. And she probably never will, right? Unless it seems like maybe the tides are changing enough that she can possibly make money switching over or whatever, right? But until then, yeah, no, she's never gonna have a conversation, and she's not honest, right? And she just wants to steal your fucking money. But if you like my content, subscribe and have a great day.